Hi traders, how are you? Vladimir Ribakov here. And a great idea came to my mind to record a very special video for you about very unique subject. I just spoke to one of my followers and my student in the Traders Academy Club. His name is Kostas. I asked his confirmation, of course. He said, okay, no problem, and he will be proud to me to share that. And I want to discuss today about one idea that completely blows our mind as traders. When to cash out, when to take the profits. Now, I want you to think about it for a moment, and I want you to be very fair with yourself. How many times in the past you find yourself in front of a chart, sitting, looking on your position and thinking about when to cash? And when you cash and it keeps moving, you said, oh, I just cashed too early, right? This is a critical subject, of course, and every trader breaks his brain, his mind, with thoughts about what he's doing wrong or right about that. Now, the answer here is there is no one right answer. What do I mean? For scalping, there is one principle of cashing out. For investment, completely different. For swing trading, for day trading, right? All that is different. It also varies from strategy to strategy. But I do want you to understand the bottom line of trading. While everyone thinks that trading means reading the charts correctly and set up your levels for entry and targets correctly. So basically everyone normally believes that trading is being right. And every time we are wrong, we say, oh my God, what did I do, right? Now I want you to think about it this way. Do you think it's logical? Do you think it's correct? Just to think about trading on this way? Just to think about trading just about being right? No, it's not. The reality is that trading is completely different. Trading completely different from analytics, right? Trading is all about making money at the end of a day, week, month, quarter, half year, 1 year period. At the end of this money, at the end of this period, if you make money, that means you are doing something right. And if you keep risk reward, normal risk reward, that means you are doing something even better. What is normal risk reward? Because this is a subject that also could cause problems. If you risk 100 pips just to grab 5 pips or 10 pips, that's of course not normal, because if you have 9 winners and 1 loss, it doesn't worth everything, nothing. So the answer for that thing would be very simple. What you need is at least 1-to-1 risk reward, and you need to be able to improve it. What do I mean? There are setups that are simply amazing, right? So let's say you work with few time frames and you can see you have a big room for this trade. Give it a chance. Give it a chance. If it's a tricky setup, and let's admit it, majority of the setups we as traders tend to enter are tricky, right? Because there are not enough conservatives, so we bend the rules. We are entering just where we shouldn't. In that cases, the risk reward should be minimum 1-to-1. If you trade with 1-to-1, then you should be able to minimize your risk. How do you minimize your risk? By trailing your stop loss. So let's say you have 50 pips profit, 50 pips stop loss. So in order to get your better chances to end up in better profit and better risk reward, just trail your stop loss. So when it starts to go in your direction, what you can do is trail your stop loss slightly, right? And by doing that, you suddenly, not risking 50 pips, but 45, 40, 35, 20, and so on, until that place where you can even break even and no loss occurred. So there is, instead of wasting your energies and time what am I doing right or wrong? Just have this understanding that there is no right, there is no wrong, only one answer, absolute answer for all the situations. At the end of the day, it's all about total performance. Sometimes we need to cash out earlier than we want to make money, to improve our performance. If it's daily, if it's weekly, if it's monthly, right? And that's why I want you to understand, at the end of the day, trading is about making money. No one cares about how many times you are right or how many times you are wrong. Only you care about it. Only you. And this is the difference between traders and analysts. You know the saying, right? That analysts will talk tomorrow about what the trader trades today. And this is a very, very true. So the next time when you wonder, do I cash out correctly or not? Just remember that at the end of the day, the bottom line is make money. And it's easiest part to go to the chart, see that pair you you were in, continue to fly or crashing, and you say, oh my God, what did I do? I again cashed out too early. But let me ask you this question. What would happen if you would cash out and then this pair would go exactly the opposite direction against you? You would feel proud. Oh, what a beautiful call I just did, right? So there is no right, there is no wrong, there is what's right for you. Only for you, the trader that operates in these trades. And remember, if you make money, there is nothing wrong. There is only right. Right? How you do it doesn't matter. As long as you respect your own rules, your own conditions, you respect your own risk plan and your target plan, in terms of total appearance, you are doing right. This is very, very important to understand this subject. Okay, so I wanted to create this video for you because that's very, very normal. Very normal. What do I do? What do I do wrong? Like, I'm watching a pair that I cashed out and like, oh wow, I could make much more. We all dream about making a huge return, right? We all dream about catching the big fish. Let's say enter a trade with 50 pip risks and 1000 pips profit. Now I want you to think about it this way. Do you think it's possible? Of course it's possible. Do you think it's very often possible? No. And you know why? Because for market to move 200 pips or 400 pips is much harder than to move 50 pips. Right? And this is the logic that I want you to start and apply, because it's easier for the market to pay you 40 or 50 pips rather than pay you 200 pips. Remember that. So that means you can make more frequent 50 pips returns than 200 pips returns, right? And in order to catch these big fish we all dream about, if you want to do that, no problem. But I just want you to understand one thing. To catch one big fish, one big move, you must sacrifice many small moves. So you think about it this way. What will feed you more? Many small fishes or just one huge fish? Think about it this way and you will understand that it's better to have stable food, but on small fishes, rather than just wait for days or weeks or months for one good big fish and say, well done, I just got it. So psychologically, it is important. We all want to catch this fish. We all want to catch this big move and say, wow, I just did it. But in terms of trading, just remember, if you want to catch one huge move, sacrifice all the others. Because once it's moving, let's say 200 pips, maybe during the chance it will give you few opportunities to rejoin, move up, retrace, move up, retrace, providing you these opportunities to take the same, just in smaller portions, and sometimes even make more. And this is something that is very, very, very important to understand that. Okay, it's you want to catch this fish, no problem. Be ready to sacrifice all the other opportunities. And don't forget, for Mr. Market to pay you 50 pips is much easier than pay you 200 pips. I want you to remember this understanding. And it doesn't mean you need to scalp. No. But it means that the expectations, what can we get from the market, shouldn't be just for the long run, because swing trading and investment, sometimes you can spend much time, a lot of time, weeks, sometimes months to catch this move. While during this time, you have on other instruments, other opportunities to make more. So never regret on what you missed. Regret on mistakes, right? Never regret on a miss. It's emotionally, it's much harder to regret on mistakes. Don't regret really on mistakes that you do, because that's how we learn. But regret not on a miss. Emotionally, it's much easier. It's gone. You didn't lose money. But emotionally and psychologically, it's hard. It's much harder to deal with losses, mistakes that you did. Right? That's for. It's a great lesson, but psychologically, it's much harder to deal with them. You understand what I'm saying, right? And that's what I want you to remember here, guys. When you see a huge fish moving up, and you are not part, so what? Did you make your money on this move, on this or other way around? Did you make your money on other pairs? That's what counts. In trading, it's not about being right. It's not about catching fishes. It's just about making it correct and profitable. And profitable doesn't mean go only for the long term. Just think about it this way. If you go for risk reward, just for example, of 1 to 20 every single trade you try, or you go for risk reward of 1 to 1 every single trade you try, what do you think? Where do you think your chances are better? Right? And in order to improve your chances, let's say you trade 1 to 2 risk reward. In order to improve your chances, trail the stop loss. Trail the stop loss. Move to break even. Reduce your risk. That's the right behavior in trading. That's the right behavior in trading. First of all, make sure you know how not to lose where you could. Where you could. How not to lose where you could avoid the loss. Trust me, guys. Psychologically, it's much better to know that you saved loss than you missed a profit. So that's all. Kostas, thank you for giving a great idea to talk about here. And I really hope it helps the other traders in the community and makes you to trade a bit better. Thank you very much for your time. If you enjoyed this video, just hit this like button. Leave your comment below about what you think about it. It's very important for me to understand what's your view. How do you think about it? How many times you deal with these things I was talking about? If it's familiar to you or not. And this way you will understand you don't need to feel guilty. Everyone goes through that. The question is not how not to go through that, how to deal with that once you go through that. And that's why I make this video, to help you and hopefully contribute you some of my personal experience. So once again, thank you for your time. Kostas, thank you for your idea. And I'll see you soon, guys. Yours, Vladimir Ribakov.